So what do you do when you feel stuck? The interesting thing is that there's so much information out there. Most people actually have all the information that they would ever need, but a lot of times in your business and in your life, you can feel stuck. So how do you move forward? Well, that's what I want to talk about in this video. Hey, what's up? My name is Joseph, and on this channel, I talk about marketing, mindset, and money. So if you like that type of content, go ahead, click that like button. I have all types of videos on how to do WordPress, how to do Facebook ads on this channel, and more I will talk about money and mindset to help offset those things, because there's tons of strategies, and that's what this video is about, is that there's tons of strategies, but sometimes it's hard to know which you should do. So let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, so some of you don't know this, so this is the first time I'm telling you, but I do jujitsu. So one of the things, and I'm a low belt, I'm a white belt in jujitsu, so I'm not that good. Yeah, I'm not that good. But one of the things about jujitsu is there's a lot of things you can't focus on. You could just focus on something that's right in front of you. And one of the things that's happened recently is this idea of whenever I'm, rolling with someone, that means that we're kind of like wrestling, we're grappling. There's times when a person's on top of me and it's extremely uncomfortable. Their belly, their chest, everything, they're on me and I'm like trying to get them off. And because I'm a white belt, there's a lot of like techniques and a lot of things that I don't know. So I've actually made it a big effort. Let me go ahead and turn this back on. There's a really big effort for me to actually try to always move them, try to not be uncomfortable. And as I'm doing that, I'm not breathing. So I'm like, I'm trying to move them, and it's extremely uncomfortable. But I was watching this video, and this guy was talking about whenever you're in that situation, do nothing. Do nothing. Don't do anything. Just let them sit on top of you and see what they do. So I go back to jiu-jitsu class. I'm going against another guy. Instead of doing what I normally do, all the get off me, right? Instead of doing all that stuff, all I do is I just hold on to the back of his neck, put one arm just around like his back, and I just hold on. And what happens is that he actually stops. And when he stopped, it gave me an opportunity. And it kind of like threw him off, because he thought, he wasn't sure if I was okay. He wasn't sure what was going on. And then he was like, hey, are you okay? Are you fine? I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm fine. So then we went again, and then we started over. And then it happened again. He was on top of me, and I did nothing. I just kind of wrapped up, hung there with him. And what I found is that when I stopped moving, it gave him less opportunities. I was stuck. I mean, all of his weight was on me. I was on the bottom. I'm trying to be defensive. And what I found is that when I was stuck, it was ideal for me to do nothing. And in doing nothing, actually opportunity presented itself. And when opportunity presented itself, I was able to move fast and capitalize. And now that's been like one of my go-to strategies when I'm stuck in certain positions. Now, what does all that mean? Why did I share that story for you? Well, the most important thing is that I think these are the same type of phases we go through in business and in life. Is that a lot of the times when you think about why you might be stuck, or in business, you're trying to figure something out, or in life, it's ideal to do nothing. And what I mean by do nothing is that maybe you're actually over thinking things. You have analysis paralysis. You're taking in too much content. You're listening to 5 different coaches. You're reading 10 different blogs. You're not getting enough sleep. You're not getting enough exercise. So you're like on adrenal fatigue. And you're like me as the white belt trying to do all this stuff, but instead of actually like cutting out some of those things, cutting out the options that you have, if you were able to do that, then you would actually start seeing opportunities. So the first thing is to actually do nothing, take a moment, start breathing, checking in with yourself and making sure that you're good. So if you're stuck, if you're thinking of your business, it's probably that you're doing too much. So the first thing is actually to stop doing so much. Take a moment, take care of yourself. And a lot of this also is because it allows your subconscious to do more work for you. There's a great book, and she talks about it in it. And she talks about our subconscious is almost like that thing that takes over whenever we're not, trying to process stuff in our brain. when we're sleeping, when we have that time for our subconscious to work on these problems with more computing power than our brain actually can process. So number one is do nothing. Now, I will say do nothing doesn't mean like actually do nothing, but I think for some of you, it probably means do less. Do less than what you're normally doing. Quit trying to like make the thing happen, but take a break, calm down, maybe journal, and spend some time actually reducing your options. So that's number one. Do nothing or do less. So we'll just say that. Do nothing or do less. Now, number two, the big thing here is to make sure that when something presents itself, that you actually move fast. So like I was saying, is that this guy's on top of me. My first strategy, the first part of the strategy was to do nothing, to just like let it happen, see what he does. And so what I knew, he was trying to get this arm. So as soon as I knew that he went to this arm, I actually grabbed his other arm and just pushed him all the way off of me and moved fast and got up. Done. And now that works like a charm for other white belts, some blue belts. But the idea, the thing that you can take from here is that whenever you actually reduce your options, reduce the things that you're focusing on, done another video about that, about goals and having fewer goals. But the same thing here is that after you have less things, then you actually want to make sure that once something presents itself, you want to move really fast. Even if it might be the wrong thing, so don't make the risk reward ratio too bad to where if you move too fast and you take a big risk, you lose your house. Now, I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that if an opportunity presents itself, because you have less things going on, you can actually move faster and you can move with more deliberate energy towards that result. And how would this look like in your business or in your life? So an example in business is that if you are overwhelmed, you're trying to get clients and you're thinking, I don't really know what to do, but you're posting more on Facebook, you're posting more on Instagram, you're posting more on LinkedIn. And then you're like, shit, I get TikTok. I'm told video is great. I need to get YouTube. So you're doing all these things, but once you cut out one and you'll start seeing that, okay, well, take some time, you journal. Do you like video? Do you like writing? Should you be blogging? Should you just be communicating in someone else's group? Or, there might be different type of networking opportunities you might be doing, but once one of those presents itself, you pursue that thing and you pursue it deliberately. You pursue it with energy, not trying to do everything else with the same energy, because you can't. So do one thing and do it hard. And what you're going to find out, which gets us to number 3, is that this will repeat. So either you will do that thing and it'll break you through and you won't be stuck. You'll actually go to another level, or you'll be able to see the next step more clearly, or something else will come into your awareness of what you can do next. And if it doesn't, well, that's fine. You do the same process again. You do less, you figure out a few things, think about it. Then once the opportunity presents itself, you go after it hard. And you have to keep going after it hard. That's probably the big key here, is that a lot of people do a lot of thinking and then they never do. So once you're doing the doing, what happens is you see what things you shouldn't be doing anymore. You see what things actually don't help you. So if you're posting every day to your Facebook business page and no one responds and no one says anything, you really need to look at that. But then you found that you got one client from LinkedIn from one post. Well, maybe you need to focus on LinkedIn and leave Facebook alone for a period of time. And that's the thing that I think can help you get unstuck. And that's one thing that's helped me get unstuck, not only in jiu-jitsu, but that was the most recent situation that I found, but also in my business. I found that a lot of times where I feel stuck and I don't know, well, how to price this service, how to put something together, I found that if I actually just take a period of time and really think about what I really want, those things will actually present. I meet someone, or I get into a mode of actually seeing these opportunities better. And that's what I would recommend to you, that if you feel stuck as you're growing a business or you're not sure what next step to do, actually do less. And as you do less, more opportunities will show themselves to you. Find one, go after it, do it, and then just readjust from that point. And I think if you do that, you will find that that will be a good strategy for you to get unstuck and be able to move forward in life and in business. Hey, thanks so much for watching this video. I would love for you to leave a comment about one strategy or one thing that you're doing in your life or in your business that's helping you move forward and not be stuck. So until next week, God bless you. JB out.